Wow. Holy sh. Alright, guys. So I just got done watching the Invincible Season 3 finale. Wow. Where do I even begin? I'm not gonna lie, this is a really good finale. A lot of people can tell that the budget, because, like I said, I've been reading a lot about Invincible, get updated with all the news, all the episodes, hearing that every season the marketing goes slower and slower and slower. So, like, how much they produce per episode. You can tell the budget they have for this season mainly went into this finale. It was a lot. So let's just cut right to the chase. Mark had his incredible fight with Conquest. It was incredible. Went through cities. There was even a part where he was holding Mark and he was just going through a beach, slaughtering people, limbs going flying, which is a nice montage and callback to when Omni-Man did the classic, subway incident. This battle was like legit. It was pretty damn crazy to think about it. It was definitely really crazy. Mark was holding back. I don't know why he does that. Mark doesn't want to be like his father, who would just kill everybody he can. But, still, and I believe, while he was fighting in the midst of it, Mark's brother, Oliver, showed up. And I'm not gonna lie, he was a kid. He should never, gone to that fight. I mean, I like him though, sticking up for his brother. He's gotta have that brother love. Gotta fight, stick up for his family, this and that. Bro, it was Conquest was not holding back. He was here for business, and you can tell, bro. And Conquest lifts up Oliver, slowly ripping him in half. You can hear his tendons and his bones like stretching. He's crying, and even one point he punched Oliver so hard in his face, it's like I'd say like half of his teeth fell out. It was bad. Oliver got destroyed. But again, I assume their teeth grow back because, they're like Viltrumite. So I don't know, but it was absolutely crazy. Thousands upon thousands of people got hurt in that finale. And it was crazy. It's like right after the Invincible War, they're like, oh my god, this is such collateral damage. What next? Then Conquest comes down. Stand ready for my arrival, worm. That was incredible. Eve woke up and joined in on the fight. She was using her shields and stuff. Shields, making all these types of weapons. But Conquest was not having it. He was just smashing through them all, really getting to her. Mark legit got his ass handed to him. I'm talking, bro. He got his ass handed to him, probably worse than the season 1 finale by his dad. Was holding back a bit. Conquest meant business. Just crazy. And I say this broke Mark, and that is why I was really wanting to see a comic adaptation of this, because I thought this would have been sick, and this is for sure going to break Mark's character. What happened was Conquest, I think, broke Mark's leg, and, he could barely walk. There was a pool of blood by his leg, so his leg got really injured. Adam, Eve, and Conquest had their battle, and Conquest legit bitch slaps her, and, the whole side of her, right cheek and lip is just ripped off, and then he just punches right through her. So intense. Mark was crying rapidly. It was really intense. I knew that was going to I knew that was going to be the scene that would break Mark and make him go absolute ham, and he did. The thing about Conquest, though, is he had a lot to say. He had a lot of talking. He was what you call a professional yapper. Just saying this now, Conquest would be yapping. I'm not gonna lie though, he was saying a lot of powerful quotes. I didn't really listen in on it. I might give it another watch soon, maybe to, rehear the dialogue, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was getting Thanos vibes. Just the powerful quotes Conquest was saying is almost comparable to Thanos. I too want to say Jeffrey Dean Morgan did voice Conquest. It was not Jonathan Banks. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan, his voice was awesome. Again, I known him from Negan in The Walking Dead. Played Joe Kessler in The Boys, so it was really nice, seeing him. Invincible. But yeah, no, the finale was just great. Mark's basically sobbing over Eve, and Conquest is just licking the blood off his hands. Absolute menace, for real, guys. It's the crap out of Conquest a bit. This is, he rips into his shoulders, biting chunks out of his skin. It was a really cool thing. Conquest felt so cocky because Mark was holding back. He was like, give it all you got. Mark just sends it. Conquest puts out his fist, his metal arm just bursts right through it, breaking it and legit breaking his arm in the process. The bone was sticking out. That's how gruesome and graphic it was. So yeah, then what happened is, honestly, is, you know, Conquest is pushing Mark in the ground. Just, I believe, is pushing Mark in the ground. Adam Eve somehow came back. If we're comparing this to almost, you know, like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, she basically went Ultra Instinct mode. You know, she just blast a super hot, powerful heat ray that legit didn't just burn Conquest's suit off, it freaking burned his skin. You could tell that hurt him, bro. Hurt him, bro. Conquest was like yelling in agony, bro. That boy was hurt. Mark gets a few more hits on him. He even ends up breaking Mark's other hand. So, you know, Mark doesn't have any workable hands. He can't beat him. He can't snap him back in place. He's in mid-fight. He thought he was gonna bite Conquest's face off, but no, he just bashed his head into Conquest's face, made him into basically a bloody pulp. And yeah, Eve came back, and, you know, she was, of course, naked. Mark just laid down to her, and Cecil and the rest of, you know, the superheroes came, collected them. Mark woke up, and, you know, he was exchanging dialogue with his family, this and that. Cecil comes in. He looks and he's like, where's Conquest? And Cecil's like, that's his name. And he's like, yeah, the body. What Cecil does, he has in the body bag, and Mark's like, burn it, this and that. We all know Cecil's not going to do that. So making a new robot empire, or, you know, guards that are going to help him that on all his other, you know, fights. He's trying to build an army, which, if we're going off a comic accurate, one of those things are supposed to kill him. I actually thought Cecil was going to die this season, but I'm personally thinking season 4, he'll most likely die. I'm just saying that right now. I do heavily think Cecil's going to die next season. And Angstrom Levy got his new robotic arm. I don't know if he's going to go back and fight Mark. I did see in the comics he gets held up by those, basically, people look straight out of Hellraiser. I think they basically salvage him. Like, I'm not even kidding. They chain him up, and bro, he's basically used like a torture experiment. Like, bro, I haven't read his death, but like, actually, no, I think I saw a reel or something. You know, he tries to redeem himself. I'm not entirely sure, but then, you know, it also shows Cecil with Conquest's head in a giant underground holding cell in, I think, the desert. And his whole thing is he's going to try to get as much, get as much information as he can, you know, Conquest about the Viltrumite Empire and what's coming, this and that, which honestly, I think that's a horrible idea. Cecil doesn't know this, but Alan the Alien and Omni-Man are coming back. They broke their way out. Conquest wasn't sure his dad's dead, which is not the case. They broke out. They're coming back. So season 4 is going to be interesting. There are some new villains coming back. There was an end credit scene. I didn't really get what that meant, but I am curious to see what's going to happen. So just season 4, it's going to be the same thing. There's going to be these couple fights, Mark face-offs, and that'll be a couple episodes, you know, and then there's going to be a little storyline that, you know, was like slowly making its way noticeable, and then it'll cut to the finale, the big showdown, basically. So Adam, Eve, and Invincible do end up having sex in the closing to the end of the season finale. Also had a little funeral for Rex. It's actually sad. I thought Rex would come back, but no, he's actually dead, which is actually really sad. I thought Rex was honestly funny. He had great humor. Yeah, so we're going off the comics with Adam, Eve, and Invincible after they have sex. They do have a baby, but they end up getting an abortion, which, you know, is, you know, great. I don't know, guys. I'm just very curious to see where season 4 takes and what's to come. The co-director did say he's trying to make 7 to 8 seasons of this, so I'm actually curious. I don't know what other Viltrumites are coming down the Earth. I know Thrag's gonna come. I just don't know if it's gonna be next season. It'll be a couple seasons down the line. That's gonna be pretty freaking brutal. But yeah, no, that was basically it for you know, my review of Invincible season 3. Let me guys know what you thought of it. Did you watch the finale? Low-key, I pulled an all-nighter. It actually sucks. I'm going to work 7 to 11. 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. So, you know, not that long. I gotta somehow, you know, fucking lock in, and, you know, once my shift is over, I'm gonna freaking crash. But, did you enjoy Invincible season 3, the finale? And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments and what season 4 could be. I'm out, guys. Have a good one. Peace.